We all remember the last bull market. It was all about NFTs and Beeple's NFTs selling for $69 million. Absolutely ridiculous. And then some NFT profile picture projects with no utility having more volume than some crypto exchanges. But we were also in the infancy of crypto games. It was just the time when the play to earn concept was becoming a real thing, led by Axie Infinity. And you can say what you will about Axie Infinity, it was the first game to do it right back in the bull market, and it onboarded so many new people, so many new gamers. But now it's a little bit different. Now we are in the middle, or hopefully somewhere close to the end of the bear market. So what does the future hold for crypto games? Where will we go from here? Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Mindblow Show. I'm your host, the Inspector, and let's get this show on the road. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button so you never miss out on any future videos. And also, if you do enjoy my content and want to support me, leave a like, because it's the best way to show the YouTube algorithm you want to see more of these kinds of videos. There's timestamps in the bottom where you can choose which part of the video you want to see. We're going to be talking about AI, more about NFTs, sustainable economy, and everything crypto games related. And let's dive into it, starting with what actually happened to crypto games in the bull market. There were projects popping up left and right. Some were straight up scams, some were actually genuinely good projects, and some projects have stuck around even during the bear market. The thing is, and if you're not in crypto, it's something you don't know. In the bull market, there's so much money going around, there's so much liquidity going around, and everybody is so eager to jump onto the next bandwagon and invest into the new project, into the new gaming project as well, that it was easy for everyone. It was easy to build a game during the bull market. It was easy to finance everything. Now during the bear market, it's not the same. There's barely enough money around for everyone to share. And so the projects that are still left now, that are still building now, are the ones that I think will succeed. Everybody building now, good for you. I will support you all the way. The ones that have left, if you have left because there just wasn't enough money for you to keep going with your project, I'm very sorry about that. But if you have left because you wanted a quick pump and dump, then good freaking riddance and don't come back. But I know you will. Everybody talks about good gameplay and amazing graphics, and a crypto game needs to have this, a crypto game needs to have that. The thing that Axie Infinity showed is that the gameplay is not that important if people can actually earn. So having a sustainable economy, and I can even say like sustainable economy because it's getting a joke at this point. No one was ever, well so far at least, able to make a sustainable economy. Now, why am I even talking about crypto games so much? Because I think the next bull run will be led by gaming projects, by crypto gaming projects. In my personal opinion, I do know a lot about crypto, but I'm no way an expert. So that being said, looking back at what kind of games were the main hype, the big driving force in the last bull market, and looking at the games we have now, it's such a big difference, man. Like, we used to have, as I said, Axie Infinity, and Axie Infinity-like games that were succeeding, and a lot of them were pyramid schemes where the only way for you to earn money in the game is if they onboarded new users who bought new NFTs. And that's a pyramid or a Ponzi scheme in of itself. So in order to create a sustainable economy, you can't rely on having new gamers come on all the time and new investors. Because at some point, the gamers will stop coming and the investors will stop coming because there's no one else to onboard anymore, and then everything crumbles down. So in order to create a sustainable economy, and this is something I'm not an expert on obviously, but I do have some ideas as to how to create a sustainable economy in crypto games. More on that when we talk about the tokenomics later on in this video. So yes, while I do think that the next bull run will be crypto gaming related mostly, like the last one was NFT related and the one before that was DeFi and ICOs, it's important to mention that not all projects will succeed. And that leads me to a little bit of story time. Here we're looking at Undead Blocks. I don't know if you guys remember Undead Blocks. I used to do videos about it, and I was a very, very big fan of Undead Blocks. It's a game I have not invested in the pre-sale. I waited like everybody else for the public sale, and I have bought Undead Blocks around here, around $1, $1.20. This is where I bought Undead Blocks. So I bought it for quite a bit of money, and I have staked their coin because I actually believed in it. I mean, I still think that they're doing a good thing because they have an interesting idea about how to go with their tokenomics. They have a dual token system, just like Axie Infinity, and as I said, when we talk about tokenomics, I will mention this again. But for now, a little bit of story time. So I bought undead blocks around this area here, just like everybody else, and this is the part where all the pre-sale investors were already dumping their coins. So you need to be a part of a pre-sale if you want to make the big bucks. And I have invested in pre-sales after this. I have learned my lesson, and I will tell you about which game I have invested in a pre-sale for. But first, let's look at where Undead Blocks is now compared to where I bought it. I'm still holding it because what's the point of selling after such a big loss? And as I said, I have staked it, and for the staking, I have got their NFTs, which now I can use to earn in the game. I don't do it because I'm a little bit butthurt that it happened like this, but anyway, 92% down since my initial investment. So things like this do happen. You know, they do happen because you need to have a good idea of what the market structure looks like. You need to have a good idea of how much was invested in the pre-sales. When will the coins that they have invested in the pre-sale go live? When will they get them, and when will they dump? Because they will dump. That's the whole point of buying in a pre-sale, to dump it later when it's a higher price. So it's important to say things like this. It's important for you guys to know, yes, this happens as well. And so after this, I have learned you need to go into the pre-sale. So there's a game that I invested in a pre-sale for just recently. I haven't even received my coins yet. I will receive around 10% of my coins a little bit later this month, which is going to be very nice. It's when they go live, and they have done this where you get like 10% the first month, and then you're getting 10% every month after that. And so it takes a while for you to get your whole investment. You can really dump on the market, which is very nice. And so the game is called Bit Brawl. Here's a little bit of the gameplay of Bit Brawl, what it looks like. Now, I am not saying for you to invest in this game. I'm just trying to make a point here, trying to explain to you that this is how the money is made, investing in pre-sales. Now, this pre-sale could fail totally, and I could lose all my money again, but investing in pre-sales is usually better than waiting for the public release. Although, that's besides the point for the point that I'm trying to make here, which is that the next bull run will be led by crypto games. So all these games that we talk about all the time, we talk about Star Atlas, we talk about games like Cornucopias. Cornucopias is one of my favorite projects, and I have not invested into Cornucopias yet, but I do plan to invest into their coin Copy at some point. The game looks phenomenal, and I have a separate review for it if you want to watch this after you're done with this video. But about Star Atlas entered the bear market riding a big high. Everybody was talking about Star Atlas. Everybody still is talking about Star Atlas. They had 200 to 300 employees, everybody working on the game. It looks like the next big metaverse thing. And then what happened recently? Well, they had to let go of a lot of their workforce, ending up with less than 100 employees, which is not good for such a big AAA title. Now, what will happen to Star Atlas now? Star Atlas will still keep being developed. They will still work on it. It'll just be a lot slower. Just the fact that they had to release a big part of their workforce goes to show you how big of an impact the bear market is having on everyone, not just me and you. It's having an impact on the big games, on the big companies as well. So come bull market, once all of this gets done, once the games get released, it'll be absolutely glorious, and I'll be all for it. Now, earning money while playing these games is what I originally always wanted to do, and is also what originally I wanted you guys to do as well. Playing these games for free and trying to earn some bucks on the side. Then using that money to keep going on and learning about the crypto investments, learning about where you can place the money next, and what to do with it, and how to maximize it as much as possible rather than just withdrawing and spending it, which is not the point at all. Like, right now you can play Gods Unchained for absolutely free, and you can earn their Gods coins. And looking at the monetary value at this point, the Gods token is at 0.15 US dollars right now. And so earning one Gods coin a day will not get you even $1 a day at current values. But it can easily in the next bull market go back to the all-time high. So why not accumulate as many coins as possible, then sell once it becomes a good price for you, where you think, okay, this is it, I have a comfortable enough amount of money. If you can earn 1 coin a day and the coin goes back to $7 per coin, and you've been earning 1 coin a day this whole time, you have accumulated quite a bit of money for free. And so you need to be smart about how you do play to earn. You can't just withdraw at the point where you make the money, especially not in the bear market. You know, the bull market works differently. The prices are high. You can easily withdraw the same day and have a good amount of money made that day. In the bear, you can't. You have to be patient. A lot of games didn't survive, and a lot of games were also pyramids and Ponzi's, which is a shame, but that's just how it works. Every new industry first attracts the scammers and the criminals, and, you know, in a way, they're the most innovative. You know, who used Bitcoin first? First, you know, well, it was the first adopters, but just after that, it was all the criminals and all the scammers, and then slowly but surely, more regular people were flocking in and started using it and understanding the technology. Now, as far as AI goes, AI will be a huge help, not only for crypto games, but for gaming in general. And I stumbled across this video recently where this guy created an AI companion for his Skyrim game.
This is Herika, the first AI voice companion in the world you can actually talk to using your voice.
Skyrim is a game where you can mod, right? You can add custom NPCs, custom characters inside of the game. So this is what he did. He made a custom character for himself that's going to follow him around in the game, and he added AI to it. He added an AI voice, and he also added a ChatGPT-like AI that he can talk to. So he also added voice commands then. And now he's talking to an in-game NPC as if he was talking to a real person that lives inside of that video game.
Here she is. Here she is. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Herika? Are you well?
Oh, moist boy, you never fail to make me laugh with your creative mispronunciations. But it's Herika, not Erica.
Oh,
and I'm doing just fine, thank you.
This is mind-blowing.
And now he's talking to an in-game NPC as if he was talking to a real person that lives inside of that video game, which was absolutely mind-blowing for me. And I am Inspector Mindblow. I don't get mind-blown easily. I am the one doing the mind-blowing. So, looking at this, it was so surreal seeing that this exists, seeing how it is utilized, and thinking about the potential of this. In my opinion, crypto games will absolutely utilize this in their games. They want to be innovative. They want to be something new. So not only will they have play to earn and NFTs, owning your assets, they will also, in my opinion, or they should, go for this. They need to have AIs, NPC AIs, that you can talk to as if they were a real person. Now imagine running around the map and talking to everybody and doing your story game, not in the way where you choose what your character is gonna say based on like 4 parameters that they give you, based on like 4 replies you can have, but you can reply anything you want and they will respond accordingly because it's a ChatGPT like AI. I wholeheartedly believe AI will be the future of crypto games, utilizing AI in many different ways. Like, this is just something that we have now, something that we've seen now. No big gaming studio has done it yet, used it in their game. This is just a guy that did it on his own, and it's so good. Now, just imagine what someone else can do with 100 people working on this and with a budget of millions and millions. The opportunities are absolutely endless. But in order for all of this to kind of melt together and have a good game with nice graphics and a game that has the AI factor and everything is absolutely wow when you look at it, it also needs one more thing that's gonna melt everything together, and that's an in-game economy. An in-game economy with good tokenomics. Good tokenomics that are sustainable. A game that does all of that will be the first crypto game to be worth a couple $1 billion. Maybe even $1 trillion asset sometime down the road. Now, why do I say that? Well, apart from the fact that gamers, actual real gamers, will play this, it'll be absolutely amazing for streamers to talk to NPCs. And then, apart from that huge mass of people, which is the gaming audience, which is around 2 billion people in the world, maybe even more, it'll also attract a new kind of gamer. The gamer that I'm trying to attract to this channel. The gamer that's here for the finances. The gamer that's here to earn something rather than just play for fun. It's important to have fun while playing the games, but it's also very important to have a good financial structure, good in-game economy, and hopefully be sustainable for the long run. Now, here go my ideas how to become sustainable. But before I go into that, first, what's been done before? Well, Axie Infinity works on a 2-token system, as does Undead Blocks, as we mentioned before. Axie Infinity, you play and you earn the Smooth Love Potion, the SLP token, which you convert into their governance coin, which is AXS, and then that coin you can withdraw and exchange it to dollars and etc, etc. Undead Blocks did it a little bit differently. You earn a stable coin inside of the game, which you then convert to their governance token, and then the governance token gets converted into USDT. Now, you do earn the stable coin inside of the game, which is their own stable coin, which is worth 0.1 dollars all the time, should never change the value. And I think that's very interesting. If SLP from Axie Infinity was a stable coin, a lot more people would still keep playing Axie. Now, a lot of people still do play Axie, but I'm just trying to make a point here that I think that this is very interesting and something a lot of other companies should look into, having players earn a stable coin that doesn't change in value based on how much it's sold or bought. So in a way, you could potentially have sustainable earnings with this, as long as the money that players are earning doesn't come from new investments, but you have a sustainable source of it. Or if it does come from new investments, don't make it come only from one source, not only from new players. Have at least 15 sources, so if one dries out, you still have 14 more sources left. One of the ways this can work is through sponsorships. So having many sponsorship deals with many different companies that will sponsor events that you do in the game. That's one of the ways it's sustainable. A company comes in, let's say Microsoft, just for the sake of the example, Microsoft comes in and they say, I want to sponsor one of your events. Now, in the game, you create a tournament, or the developers create a tournament inside of the game. They make it a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing or whatever. And then people play this tournament, and maybe the first 20 people who play the best get to share the ad revenue generated from the sponsorship deal. Or rather, well, share the sponsorship deal, because the ad revenue is something else. And then also have ads inside of the game for people to share the ad revenue, and have also a treasury where people who buy NFTs, apart from that, goes into the treasury. And it's very important for the developers not to take a big cut for themselves. Take only a small cut for themselves. And I think that's one of the ways that this can become sustainable, potentially, in theory, you know. No one's tried something like this before, to have many different ways of making the money and putting everything into the treasury for people to share for the play to earn element. And then also the play to earn element being a stable coin. So I don't think anybody's tried something like this. I don't know if it would succeed. It's just one of my ideas as to how potentially it can be sustainable. Let me know what you think about this idea. If you have something more to add, more ways of earning, or if you have a different idea altogether, I'm open to hearing it. And if anyone making a crypto game out there is also curious, you know, I think they would also be curious to read what you guys have to say as well. So let me know what you think about this. And also, I wasn't talking about just earning in the tournaments. So all the people playing need to earn, not only the best players. That is one of the sustainable ways, to have only the best players earn, but that's not the way to onboard the masses and masses of the gamers that play for financial incentive. In order to onboard them, everyone needs to be able to earn at least a small amount of money. So, in my opinion, the next bull run will be led by crypto games, as I said multiple times. The first game that covers everything that we talked about today and has all of this down, and they don't do a big pre-sale. They have the public launch, fair launch, if you will, or even a stealth launch where people don't know that it's launched, and then they start promoting it in order to have some liquidity at least, so that the pre-sale guys can't dump the token, or if they do have a pre-sale, make it so that the tokens get released over time and not everything all at once. A game that has this, with good tokenomics and great gameplay, and you guys see how much goes into creating a crypto game now. It's not like a regular game. So much more goes into creating a crypto game that people are gonna play and that everybody's gonna make something from. So much goes into it. It's absolutely crazy. And that's also one of the reasons why I think that this will succeed. This whole industry is so new. I have been on YouTube since 2011. I've been one of the pioneers of YouTube gameplay videos And I've been doing that for a long time, and I was very successful at it. I saw it before many people saw it, and that's why I had success. And now looking at the landscape of crypto gaming, I'm seeing what I saw back then. I'm seeing a new industry being born. I'm seeing a lot of skepticism around it. Like even back then, people would ask me, why would you record yourself playing games? Who is gonna watch you play a game when they can play for themselves? And I would always explain it like, I also watch this. It's entertaining for me. And the fact that it's entertaining for me means it's probably entertaining for a lot of people. So it's like you watching tennis rather than playing tennis. Why would you watch it and not play it? It's fun, right? Well, I thought the same about gaming. And I was there before a lot of people were there. And as I said, this is what I see with crypto gaming right now. I am seeing so much potential in this, and I'm seeing so much skepticism and criticism around it, and all of that leads me to believe that this is the next big thing in my life, maybe in your life as well, in a lot of people's lives for sure. That's the bottom line. This has been a little bit of a longer video where I wanted to give you a little bit more of my insights and what I think is going to go down, where this whole space is going to go next. Now, what are the games that I think are going to succeed? In my opinion, Chronocopias will succeed. In my opinion, Illuvium, if they do everything right and have a big open world where you can actually do stuff, I think they're going to succeed. I'm hoping Star Atlas will succeed as well. And I also hope Axie Infinity will stay in the top 5 because they do deserve it. They are the pioneers. They deserve to be up there. You can hate them all you want. It doesn't change the fact that Axie Infinity has onboarded the most amount of people into the space. That's not a fact, by the way. I'm just what I think. I'm not sure that's a fact. Somebody fact check that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.